National Football League brings us to the ATL. Once the terminus of the Western and Atlantic Railroad, where the sound of that train horn can still be heard inside the magnificent Mercedes-Benz Stadium. Today we've got an interesting Week 11 matchup on tap, as it'll be the Washington Commanders taking on the Atlanta Falcons. On the visitor sideline, Washington head coach Dan Quinn. His guys, losers a week ago, trying to turn things around here. On the other side, Falcons head coach Raheem Morris. Comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. And if you just look at this game, Charles, on paper, they've got the edge, no doubt. They're hanging around the top of the NFC. On the other side, you got a squad that's towards the bottom of the NFC. But when we mentioned that to the coaches, they were having no part of it.
Yeah, and I like how you said when we mentioned it. In fact, I mentioned it, and I upset them a little bit, didn't I? Because they wanted no part of that one, and I was reminded, like a 5-year-old, this is the NFL. Any given Sunday, anything can happen. They are guarding against the upset.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down.
At the 43-yard line.
A run for the first time with Bijan Robinson. And this one not going anywhere. They get him at the 44 for a gain of just a yard. 2nd and 9 from the 44. Throwing is Lewis. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Calling a gain of 3 on the play. And now 3rd down and 6 to go.
3rd and 6.
Now Lewis. All the Commanders are going to get there as he's taken down. And now we'll get a stoppage here. There appears to be an injured Falcon on the field. Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. For the second time in this one, we get set to see the Falcons offense. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today. So they got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're #1 in their conference. Well, Brandon, we could see that play developing, and they were hoping that he was going to be able to put a move on the first guy and turn it into a big play. But no such luck. The speed on defense continues to get better and better in the NFL. Pretty nice example there of those guys being able to run from their assignments and finish off that play.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Lewis. And that will be incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early, and now it's 4th down.
That looks like it's going to be 2 empty possessions now to start this football game. I think they're going to have to sit down and talk about what worked for them last week in their win. Sometimes you over-game plan, overthink things. Get back to what works.
Atlanta regains possession of the football. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. Off-play action. Lewis. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. He's got this to the 30 before being taken down. 36 yards on the play.
1st and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Despite writing it down on my notes, I never give enough credit to the offensive line, and we have to here. The protection, that's what made this play a success. Quarterback had to wait for his crossing route to develop, and that takes a little bit of extra time. Excellent job by the big fellas up front.
On 1st and 10, it's Robinson. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
No gain on the play.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. That's going to be caught by Pitts. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Kyle Pitts with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Falcons have moved out in front.
As a general rule, quarterbacks don't want to lock in on a receiver before the ball is snapped. But in this case, based on the matchup he thought he was going to get, it was favorable for his tight end. He locked in on him early and found him for a touchdown.
Their quarterback in this offense heading back out to the field. He was able to connect with Kyle Pitts on the previous drive for the touchdown. And now they start here, 1st down.
Got it. Ready? Let's go.
Now a handoff to start it out. Robinson. And he's not going to go anywhere as they get him down behind the line of scrimmage. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Back to throw. Lewis. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run. The Falcons going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Falcons going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1.
At the 19-yard line.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. Looking to throw. Lewis. Man open is Robinson. Oh, he's brought down. And remember here, no timeouts left. They got to get to the line quick.
Falcons, 1st down.
Here's Lewis. A final shot before break. This to Pitts, and he's got him. Touchdown, Atlanta. Kyle Pitts in the final seconds of the first half. And the Falcons have taken the lead here in the final stages of this first half. And, Charles, they continue to have trouble stopping him as he's into the end zone yet again.
Yeah, that's multiple series now that have ended with him in the end zone. A perfect plan on how to utilize him best when they get in close.
So here are the Falcons to take over on offense. They are working on that very impressive 9-game win streak, looking to get it to 10 as they've got the lead here, 1st and 10.
Ready, ready.
Second half begins with a run by Robinson. Oh, he faked it with a juke. Now he's got some room. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. First down yardage on the first play of the drive. Give him 14.
First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Back to Robinson now on first down. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, second and 12.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustments, what they talked about, maybe it was just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But looks like they're ready to go.
Lewis now, operating from the gun. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. 22 yards there, a first down.
Falcons, first down. First and 10 at the 36-yard line.
And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here on this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on first down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
And this will be caught by Mooney. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 15-yard line. A good pickup there at 22.
First down.
What a drive. This has been just chewing up the yardage, and here's one of their best plays yet as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's first and 10. Back to throw again. Sets up the screen to Robinson. No gain on the screen there. It's second down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Throw left side. There's London. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Throws right back to London, complete again. And now we'll get a stoppage here. There appears to be an injured Falcon on the field. The offense here not budging. They're going to fight for it on 4th and inches. They'll try and run for it. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. A great effort there. His 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Falcons take a chance, but they find pay dirt on 4th and goal. So they only needed a couple of feet there on 4th down, but they got more than that and then some as he takes this into the end zone.
And I love your description right there, right? 4th and short. They got that. No problem. Let's go ahead and get the rest of it. Finish it off in the end zone. Touchdown. Everyone goes away happy on that one.
Here's the signal caller getting ready to lead this offense again. He's played well. Good first half. He's continued that here in the 3rd quarter. But my question, when you're a head coach, what do you look at stat line-wise for your coach? Do you go right to turnovers?
You really do. As much as coaches don't want to talk about that, that's where it starts. When I played in college, our first rule for every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. And that's kind of how they judge you. Do you take care of the ball, not turn it over, keep it in the proper hands, and give your team a chance to win?
Well, that's what he's done here in this one so far.
An opportunity to get a drive started here at the end of the third quarter. What you're trying to do is break the game down a little bit. Don't let your guys see too deep into the game, into the future, and say, oh, we got to get here. No, right here, right in front of them, melt the clock down, get to the fourth quarter, try to keep going.
And try to keep that lead.
Exactly.
Just a gain of a couple there. And that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot. Back to throw. Lewis. That is caught. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds.
It's a gain of 8.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Falcons. They've got the football. They've got the lead as we get set to start the fourth.
Okay, ready?
They'll look to throw here on first down. He hits Mooney going across the middle. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
It's a gain of 16.
It's a gain of 16. First down, Falcons.
Falcons, first down.
A bit of a catch for him to remember. That's number 400 for his NFL career. Not a bad number at all.
Ready?
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll look to throw again. Left side, it's complete. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. 23 yards on the play.
At the 39-yard line.
The passing game continues to be their friend. Even with a stable lead here in the fourth, Charles, they're going back to that well.
Yeah, with their overall philosophy, you know that they trust their quarterback. He's been able to throw it well. They continue to throw these safe passes. Who can blame them?
Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
They'll keep it on the ground. Coates. And he stopped immediately there. They had 3 yards on first down, just 1 yard there.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who could do more than one thing. And I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively. On third down, he'll drop to throw. And caught by London. And he's going to have a Falcons first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And the Falcons first down. 1st and 10 at the 20.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the fourth, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and go like turtle at this point. You can just go ahead and play.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Got a man, it's London. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. A very solid gain of 27.
Partner, I like that they're staying aggressive on offense because to me, this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence and not playing with fear.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
Ready? Ready? Check up.
They'll try to run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
We all know how much running backs love getting the ball down near the goal line. They think they're going to find a way into the end zone. He hasn't had that kind of luck so far. Ends up not getting in on the last 2 carries. You know he's going to be upset about a missed opportunity.
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. That ball is caught. It's London for the Atlanta touchdown. A 5-yard touchdown catch. And the Falcons add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. Another touchdown here in the 4th quarter, and Charles, I think we can start to consider that this undefeated streak of theirs is going to be safe for another week.
And partner, you don't make it this far into a season without a loss unless you're getting contributions from both sides of the ball and sometimes even your special teams, and that's been true today. Each side helping guide them to this late lead.
Atlanta prepped and ready for its next possession. And they just continue to roll right along, really. This has the looks of yet another victory as they hope to polish it off here in quarter number 4. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more.
No gain on the play.
Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
At the 22-yard line.
They'll keep it on the ground. Cope. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. It's a gain of 16, 1st down Falcons.
1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
So time runs out. It's a victory for the Atlanta Falcons. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second-half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the 2nd quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the 2nd half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for the Falcons, they keep on rolling 10-0 now to start the year. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for Washington, they're going the wrong way as this will drop them to 3-7 now on the year. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to Lambeau to take on the Packers.